in these streets.
And I'm just like you.
We getting locked by these caps.
And I'm just like you.
We fulfill the prophecies.
And I'm just like you.
You might be light, I might be dark.
But I'm just like you.
We kill each other over colors.
Damn, I'm just like you.
I'm in these ghettos, in these
And
slums.
I'm just like you.
They call you nigga, call me spick.
And I'm just like you.
You was 1619, I was 1492. We getting shot in these streets.
And I'm just like you.
We getting locked by these
And
caps.
I'm just like you.
Welcome to FCN Quick News of the Day. I'm your host, Captain Zakar, and today in the news we have Haiti leadership. Let's pull that up.
WERLEY nor true. Haiti is desperate for leadership.
Haiti is desperate for leadership. Let's see the statement he made. Read that.
Haiti is desperate for leadership, and it takes a leader like me to heal this nation.
It takes a leader like me to heal this nation. Very bold words from a young man like her, WERLEY nor true. Can we read the article?
Haiti was once the richest country in the Caribbean, but now this nation is known as the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, simply because of bad government terms served by previous and current corrupt elected officials.
So, WERLEY nor true thinks that Haiti is in the condition that it is based on bad government of man. That's not the case at all. Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 28, and let's read verse 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
Uh-huh.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
This is what the Haitian people who are called Levi in the Bible, they have not realized is that they are under the curses of God because they have broke the commandments of God. Give me that in Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 19 to show what curses mean. Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 19.
Uh-huh.
Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people.
God said, I will bring evil upon the Haitian people whom he calls Levi in the Bible. Why? Because they broke the commandments of God. Read.
Even the fruit of their thoughts.
All right, let's go back to Deuteronomy chapter 28, and let's read verse 40 to show some of those evil things God said he would do if they broke his commandments in the latter days. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48.
Uh-huh.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
You will serve the Frenchman. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger,
For food.
and in thirst,
Uh-huh.
and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
That's why the article said that Haiti was once the richest island in the Caribbean. Now it is the poorest. What happened? The curses of God were poured out upon San Domingo and the island of San Domingo, and Haitians were there, and they got caught in the curses of God because they cannot run from the judgment of God. Read on.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee.
And they put a chain upon the Haitian people's neck. Read.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth.
So they did not understand French. Read.
As swift as the eagle flieth,
Uh-huh.
a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
And what will they do in the process of ruling? Read.
And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle, and the fruit of thy land, until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee.
That's how Haiti became the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, the curse of God. Jump over to verse 43.
Verse 43. The stranger that is within thee
Uh-huh.
shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
So we was once on high as a nation. The Haitians were once on high as the Levites. They were taken care of. They were given money by the other 11 tribes. They were given food by the other tribes. They were taken care of by God. They had the best houses. They lived in castles. They lived in suburbs. They were on high. Read on.
He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
Uh-huh.
He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
So they was on top, but they began to sin and break the commandments of God, and now they are on the bottom looking for leadership to bring them out of the curses, but that will not happen. Jump over to Deuteronomy 29 and let's read verse 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 29 and verse 1. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
So one of the curses that happened, that the Levites' name was changed to Haitians. God calls them Israel in the Bible, but now they are known as Haitians. That is not what they are, their original name. Their name is Levi, from the children of Israel. Now let's go to Malachi chapter 2, and let's read verse 1 to see what God says about Levi.
The book of Malachi chapter 2 and verse 1. And now, O ye priests, this commandment is for you.
Because the Levites were the priests of the Bible. They were in charge of teaching the other tribes the laws of God, making sure that the laws of God were enforced and kept. Read on.
If ye will not hear, and if ye will not lay it to heart, to give glory unto my name, saith the Lord of hosts, I will even send a curse upon you.
He will send a what?
A curse upon you.
And that's what we just read, the many different curses that God said, I will send upon you. No matter where you go, they will overtake you. Read.
And I will curse your blessings. Yea, I have cursed them already, because ye do not lay it to heart.
Haiti is a beautiful island, mountainous land, but it is under curses. It is cursed by God because they did not lay his words to heart. Let's jump down to verse 8 and 9.
Verse 8. But ye are departed out of the way. Ye have caused many to stumble at the law.
At the what?
At the law.
At the law of God. Read.
Ye have corrupted the covenant of Levi.
The covenant of Levi. Teach the people the laws of God. Make them know my ways. They corrupted the covenant of Levi. And what was the result of that? Read.
Saith the Lord of hosts. Therefore have I also made you contemptible and base.
Contemptible and base means poorest island in the Western Hemisphere. Read.
Before all the people. According as ye have not kept my ways, but have been partial in the law.
Been partial. It all goes back to the laws of God, not man-made government. Haiti is in the condition it is because they have broken the laws of God, not because of corrupt government. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 57, and let's read 18 and 19, because he said it takes a leader like me to heal this nation. Let's see what God says about that.
Isaiah chapter 57 and verse 18. I have seen his ways and will heal him. I will lead him also and restore comforts unto him and to his mourners.
Read that again.
I have seen his ways and will heal him.
God said, I will heal him. Read.
I will lead him also and restore comforts unto him and to his mourners.
It's going to take God to restore comfort to the mourners of Haiti, who God calls Levi in the Bible. Read on.
I create the fruit of his lips. Peace. Peace to him that is far off, and to him that is near, saith the Lord, and I will heal him.
I will heal him. And God will heal them when? When they repent and turn back to the commandments of God and the faith in Jesus the Christ. Give me that in Isaiah chapter 9, and let's read verse 6 and 7.
Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 6. For unto us a child is born.
That child is who? Jesus the Christ, the black Messiah. Read.
Unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders.
God says the government is going to be upon Christ's shoulders, not man's shoulders, because man is corrupt, and Haiti is experiencing that right now as we speak. Read on.
And his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Haiti will have peace in the land when they turn back to Jesus the Christ and keep the commandments of God. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 22, and let's read 21 and verse 22.
Isaiah chapter 22 and verse 21. And I will clothe him with thy robe.
Still talking about Jesus the Christ.
And strengthen him with thy girdle. And I will commit thy government into his hand.
God says he's going to commit his government into Jesus's hands, not man's hands, because man, it can be swayed by bribery, can be swayed by money. Man gets old, decays, and dies, but Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So the government of God will always be righteous. Read on.
And he shall be a father to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and to the house of Judah.
Read on.
And the key of the house of David will I lay upon his shoulder.
He will lay it upon Christ's shoulder. Go to Jeremiah chapter 17, and let's read 5 through 7.
Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 5. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
Cursed be the man that trusteth in man, says God. Read.
And maketh flesh his arm.
If you think a new leader, a new government in Haiti will change the conditions, God says you are going to stay cursed. Read.
And whose heart departeth from the Lord.
Because ultimately you depart from the Lord. You don't trust in God anymore. You trust in man to change your situation. Jump down to verse 7.
Verse 7. Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord.
But on the flip side, blessed is the man that trusts in the Lord. Blessed is the Levite that trusts in the Lord. Read.
And whose hope the Lord is.
Have faith and hope in the Lord, not in man.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.